All right, we'll move on to our 2025 movie, Heart Eyes, which just seems like a terrible name, but whatever.
It really is kind of like hard on.
For the past several years, the Heart Eyes Killer has wreaked like you have to say it slowly, otherwise. Has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. The Valentine's Day, or this Valentine's Day, no couple is safe. Director is Josh Rubin, also known for Werewolves Within and Scare Me. Writers are Philip Murphy, Christopher Landon, and Michael Kennedy. The two detectives investigating the Heart Eyes Killer murderers are named Hobbs and Shaw, a reference to Fast and Furious, which they make very obvious. The screenwriters confirmed that they had always been the case, or that had always been the case even before Jordana Brewster, who has played a large role in the series, was brought on as Detective Shaw. Was she in this movie?
Yeah, she was the detective.
She was Detective Shaw.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, that didn't click.
But they're saying they decided even before they picked her. So
I was like, stupid joke.
we'll see.
Or so they say.
Or so they say, right?
All right, Pedro, what did you think about Heart Eyes?
I think another one that I really enjoyed. It wasn't perfect, and I was, I thought at times it was a little too silly for my taste, like as far as like the narrative.
Oh, they definitely went silly a couple times.
Yes, and it was, but I could see what they were doing. I could see that they're fans of the genre, so that's always nice because you could feel that in a movie when somebody's actually a fan and they're just trying to make a good movie because they're fans, rather than just seeing a studio picture. So I enjoyed that. We're not going to get into spoilers yet, but there's a couple questions as far as characters, especially in the third act, where I think the third act really falls apart for a lot of reasons, which we'll get to in spoilers. But and then also just the progression of things, because the Hard Eyes Killer, right? Which whatever, first of all, how do they know? Why would they call? I guess it does leave like a calling card, right? The killer does leave a calling card. That's how they call. Yeah, it is. It does. I remember now. It does leave a calling card. But just the fact that it seems to catch up to the people that we're following, like that's a big coincidence right there. You know what I'm saying? Because as Hard Eyes Killer starts off as this
that's a lot to swallow, right?
Yeah, because it starts off as this big national threat, right? Oh, the Hard Eyes Killer is, it's in Seattle and it's in another place. I forgot where. But
yeah, all the headlines flashing at the beginning.
Right. So it just and then we're following this character, our two main leads, and then it just so happens to latch onto them, which whatever. And then later on, it gets more ridiculous because they just so happen. I don't know. We'll talk about it during. I can't say much for this movie without getting into spoilers.
Yeah, good point.
But all in all, it worked for me. Some of the jokes landed, some of them didn't. I like some of the kills. The van kill was awesome, which they ruined in the fucking trailer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I thought at times it was a really creepy movie, just because I thought that Hard Eyes was really good. I thought it was Kane Hodder underneath it for a while, just his movements or whatnot. So for now, before we go into spoilers, I'm gonna say that it worked for me, even though at times it got too silly. So I wouldn't call it a perfect movie, but it's a movie that I enjoyed watching, and I'm excited because they got a theatrical. These movies don't really get theatricals anymore. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoyed it.
All right, Lance, what do you think?
I really had fun with this. I went into this movie thinking I was gonna absolutely hate it because I thought the mask was fucking stupid. Right? Yeah. Like I saw the trailers and I saw the like eyes with the lights and stuff. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But what I loved about this movie was the way because all right, guys, I watch a lot of rom-coms. I'm a married man.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I have to give equal time to the wife. Look, I watch 31 fucking Christmas movies every fucking Christmas, and half of them are Hallmark shit, okay? So, and you guys know me. I like musicals, right? I'm straight, but I like musicals. Okay, I don't like over the top musicals like Joker.
I like how you
2.
threw that in there.
All right. I really love the way that this movie paid homage to rom-coms. I thought it was clever. I thought it was original, and I've never really seen it before. I've never seen a horror movie like this. Like you said, like you guys said, there aren't that many Valentine's movies, and the ones we do get are normally like like the killer in the mine shaft that's like killing people brutally and stuff like that. But this to me was extremely original. It played great homage to rom-coms. It had all those beats. It even had an airport scene. Not to spoil it, but goddamn it, every fucking rom-com has an airport scene.
It didn't have the let's just say big bone roommate though. That
no big bone. Yeah, no big bone roommate. But for crying out loud, I had a lot of fun with this movie, and I thought I was gonna hate it. So I'm going to tell you right now, I enjoyed this more than I thought I was going to. And that's all I'll say.
I'm kind of, I think we're going to have a very high rating.
All right.
Night Swim 2025, maybe, huh?
Brian, what do you think?
Again, I had a lot of fun with this. This is a good holiday horror rom-com. I thought the cast was super likable. When I saw the trailer, I didn't know what to think of the mask, but it kind of grew on me. And then the light up eyes, they kind of explained why they light up in the movie. I thought the kills were super fun. You guys know I'm all about the Sawanassance. We got Devon Sawa in there as the other detective.
I didn't even know he was going to be in it until I saw him.
I remember hearing about it, but I think it just him and Jordana Brewster just kind of went out my mind. And then when they popped up on screen, I was like, oh yeah, they're in this movie.
A big bonus.
Neither one of those people even clicked in my mind that I was like, oh, I know those. I was like, all right.
I completely enjoyed the opening sequence. Good. I thought it was super fun. At times it made me laugh. I agree with Pedro. At times some of the jokes didn't hit with me. But, sometimes comedies are like that. Not all the jokes are just going to hit with you.
Right, sure.
I thought the movie should have ended at a certain time. I kind of wasn't completely on board with the ending. And you guys know what I mean when I say the movie should have ended at a certain point. And they kind of went on from there. And
Sure.
Drag it out a little bit.
Yeah. Trying to avoid spoilers, but yeah, super fun movie. Kills were fun. I wish the van one wasn't in the trailer because that was probably one of the most violent ones. But yeah, a lot of fun.
That was a horny couple in the van, wasn't it?
Hey,
we have an audience. Let's do it even more.
Hey, they were already doing it, so
I know they were
like, oh, you guys are role playing. Cool. We're gonna keep on going.
That was hilarious, man.
Not hey, get the fuck out of my car.
One of the things that I really liked, one of the things that I really liked about that scene is that usually in movies like these, you see the killer hyper focused on the victim, right? Right here, without spoilers, this killer didn't give a fuck. They were taking everyone out, and
that's true. That's true.
They gave him a distraction.
even like going all the way back to Jason Takes Manhattan, right? Jason's walking through Manhattan, but he's only focused on the person he's going after. He doesn't even fuck up those gangbangers that are listening to their boom box and shit. He just kicks the boom box and keeps on walking. So
doesn't even break dance.
Yeah, so I know I like that part. In this film, they kind of changed that a little bit, which I appreciated.
Yeah, original.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lot more fun with this movie than I thought I was going to. Like the comedy was actually not bad. Like it was kind of a rom-com, and
better
they had
than Cocaine Bear, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Well, and they had some really firmly inserted jokes there that were meant to be funny, and and they actually most of them worked out pretty well. So can't complain too much. I like the chemistry of the main characters. I was a little concerned. Just going into the movie, I was concerned about the killer, the hard eyes thing, and I was like, all right, whatever, another Scream ripoff or whatever. Yeah, no, I thought I was gonna be terrible, and it outperformed what I expected, and so I'll give it props on that. I had a pretty good time with it.
Better than In a Violent Nature. I'll tell you that right now.
Stop it, Brian. Stop it.
I will not stop.
Oh, fuck.
In a Violent Nature was like watching someone play the Friday the 13th video game that should have been.
I know, but I love
Heart
it.
Heart Eyes was all about business.
Yeah.
What's his name in In a Violent Nature was all about walking through the woods.
You know what? I'm gonna make an announcement right now. Even though both of these films, and this is just me because I can, I'm gonna have to scrounge up these guys. I can't find enough of them. Both of these guys are in the tournament. Johnny, whatever the fuck his name is, from A Violent Nature, is in the tournament, and so is Hard Eyes. So there you go, folks.
No,
all right.
You said they have to have a sequel.
Well, yeah. He's getting a sequel, and I'm gonna say they're gonna try to franchise Hard Eyes.
Yes, so they're already
Oh, for sure.
I hope they don't. But
and
that's
down the line,
but I bet they will.
These guys are all gonna have sequels.
All right.
This would be fun as a standalone movie. I mean, like that 2001 Valentine's movie was actually kind of fun when I went back and watched it. I don't remember it being fun, but it was. and this one was a lot more fun than I expected. So
kind of like getting spanked, huh?
What?
I thought that was gonna be awful. It was awesome.
So much so that you forgot that Jordana Brewster was in there the whole time.
I know. Well, I didn't click that that's who that was.
I knew Devin Sawa looked familiar.
Philip, I'm gonna have to,
that was mean. I'm sorry.
Philip, I'm gonna have to let AJ let Rose borrow the whip that she spanks people with.
Great.
Hey.
Okay. All right. No, but I liked it. I liked it better than I thought I was going to. Pedro, you want to go scores?
I'm gonna go 7.5 on 10. I really
Damn. All right.
really like this movie.
Good one. Lance, what do you think?
7 on 10.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it.
Brian?
7.75. Not quite an 8.
Wow. Okay.
I would totally rewatch this again.
Nice. I'm sure we will.
I would too. Like the comedy hit way better than I expected it to. I'm gonna go 7. I think it was a really solid movie. Like it belongs in better company than
Valentine?
holiday horror movies.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah. All right. Spoilers.
Let me jump in real quick. I like the ongoing gag of that they're not a couple. Yeah. And he only kills couples, but every time he shows up, they're doing couple-like things.
Yeah, that's true.
and I thought Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding, I thought their chemistry worked really well because they were really believable as a couple, not couple.
Yeah, I loved it. He was like, what are you talking about? I just met her. And he's obviously in love with her. That's great.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I guess they did try to explain how the killer, or we should say killers, as we find out later on. The reason why they zeroed in on that couple is because they were actually going after the other couple, right, which was her ex and the girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were originally going after them, and then they found this couple who had to kiss because she made what's his name kiss her because she was jealous of her ex being there in front of them, and that started the whole thing going. You know, I guess the only thing that bothers me is just how much of a coincidence it was that Hard Eyes was right there. You know, to see all that.
Yeah. A lot. You have to suspend disbelief, right?
Well, yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's cool.
It is a movie. It is a movie, Pedro.
It's nitpicky for sure. I thought the third act was weird because, like you guys said, I mean, once they kill the guy at the drive-in,
right?
Like all of a sudden, it's almost like they were running out of time and they just needed to find the actual killers. So they just two people. One guy who was the IT guy, we didn't even we only saw him in one scene before this, and then obviously Jordana Brewster later on.
As soon as he showed up in that scene, I was like, that's the guy.
I like the reveal of the first guy they killed when they took his mask off. They were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah. It was also very wink as well. Like it was talking to the real fans, you know, and trying to put the clues together and stuff. Yeah. So whenever they show the first guy, it was like this is kind of a letdown, and they told us that through their characters, you know.
And that's part of the beauty of the movie, right?
No, yeah, that's cool, yeah, for sure. But I did think it was a little lazy how they explained that guy later on. He was just like a fan or something, like somebody that looked up to them, and he decided to throw on the mask. Even though that guy was pretty fucking brutal, you know, in the driving, killing everyone that gets in his way.
Very Scream-esque, right? Would you agree, Pedro?
Yeah,
very Scream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely pulled from some Scream stuff.
So that's the reason why this Hard Eyes Killer could keep on going, because it's actually like it's a statement, right? It's not actually just one place.
Yeah, so Hard Eyes 2 could very well be another killer, and then another in part 3, and another in part 4, right?
Well, I'm glad they didn't do that.
Well, they might.
Well, they haven't
done yet.
They haven't. This movie just came out last week, so
I guess that's true.
But I did thought it was a little too coincidental that Jordana Brewster happened to work and be a cop, and they get to do all that to the couple. Like, come on, and she's the killer too. That was a little too. That's why it doesn't get like a higher score, because there was things I did have problems with it, even though it is a comedy and we're supposed to be more light on it. It's still there was things that are come on, just a little put a little more thought into the script, you know.
Like, how did she get through her psych eval?
Exactly. You know,
she did have a good decapitation scene though.
Yeah, that was cool. And then the guy, he got all kinds of like candle wax on him, you know. But what kind of like that was some very lethal candle wax.
Yeah,
like,
no shit. It was like tearing his skin off and shit.
I thought it was
like Valentine.
Was it like did they go to that place from that RoboCop scene? You know, where they run over that one guy that's melting it? It's the same thing. But
I'm sure candle wax sucks, but I don't think it does that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Doesn't suck for everybody, right, Lance?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I really enjoyed the first scene, and it really set the tempo with the photographer guy and all that stuff. I thought that was pretty funny. And yeah, like the middle part, it's all rom-com. You know, they even have a coffee shop scene, which all these fucking movies have. You know, where they go for the same coffee, and then all of a sudden the sparks fly. Yeah, it wasn't. It would have been nicer if they would have had either like a know-it-all like teenager, which a lot of these rom-coms have, or the heavy-set roommate. And the heavy-set roommate could be a girl or a guy.
Or the gay roommate, right?
Oh, the gay roommate. That's right. That's right.
What did y'all think about that scene where they were quoting all the rom-com movies? Did you catch that? Where they were quoting all the different titles of rom-com movies.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I thought it was clever. I really did. I thought this was a clever movie. It was more than I expected, for sure.
And we didn't talk about the
right now. We'll put you on the spot. You've watched, even though you say you're a straight man, you've watched thousands of these. What is your favorite? Give me your favorite rom-com of all time. One.
Pedro, let's make it harder. Let's letterbox.
That's tough.
50 First Dates
rom-coms right now.
What's that?
50 First Dates. It's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
I got one. You want me to go first, Lance? I got one.
Yeah, please do.
As Good as It Gets. That's a great movie.
Which one?
What's that?
As Good as It Gets.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think my favorite one is one that that we had one of our Patreon patrons make us watch for the movie. If you guys recall, it was my wife that actually made us watch this one, Brian.
Might need a spreadsheet on this one.
It's called It's called P.S. I Love You.
And with Gerard Butler.
Yeah, and the reason it's so special to me is because our son-in-law died of brain cancer about 10 years ago, and that's the main point of the movie is he leaves her notes and tells her to go to Ireland where he came from to meet up with people and visit certain sites and stuff like that. So that was very special to me, very close to my heart. Yeah. So it would be P.S. I Love You, my favorite rom-com, man.
Good, man.
Yeah.
So that's Brian. I don't think you have a favorite rom-com, right? I think we all said ours, but you haven't.
I'll go something simple. I'll do Sleepless in Seattle.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Classic.
Which I do get confused with You've Got Mail.
Oh yeah,
I get those confused a lot.
It's some of the same actors, right?
Yeah, because I feel like Tom Hanks was kind of like one of the first, right? He really brought that genre into what it became,
Mm-hmm. I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, he was
like early 90s, late 80s, whatever, right?
Yeah. Then Gerard Butler took over. Matthew McConaughey took over.
Oh yeah, McConaughey got his spotlight.
Failure to Launch, another great one.
Yeah, that's a good. Terry Bradshaw, dude. He was fucking hilarious. I want you out of here so I have my naked room. That was fucking hilarious, man, and I can relate.
So I do like how the middle portion of this film really center on the rom-com aspect of it, and, and just getting to know the couple or the quasi couple, and then they it's like any rom-com, they had to go through all this ordeal, and except you throw like a serial killer in the mix, and then at the end they end up they find out that they are made for each other, and it has that happy ending.
It's got the happy ending, the rom-com ending, and I thought there was going to be a second ending, right? Like it's not so happy after all. The killer pops up again, but he didn't, and that was okay. That was okay in this one, right? Because normally as horror fans, we love that. Well, we love the movie The Mist better than the book The Mist because of that dark ending, but we didn't get it.
Well, they trick you with the roommate Colin acting like the killer.
Yes. That's so they even fucked you even more. It was cool, man. This is a fun movie.
And we didn't bring up the kill in the beginning with the grape press or wine press or whatever.
That was kind of awesome. Like, I don't know what kind of machine that was, but it seems dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
It should not exist.
Yeah, it's got like a weird timer on it where you put it on the wine bottle and then it has like a countdown. Like bing, 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 and then it just pops it open.
Yeah, that was like, cool. Why are you able to find in there?
Yeah.
I went on Amazon and looked for one. I couldn't find one. I was like, I need one of these things, man.
Well, there's your answer. It doesn't really exist. All right.
But then later on, they pay it off because they put it in somebody's head. So.
Yeah. All right. Is that enough about this movie, guys?
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed it. People need to go watch it.
Yeah.
All right. We had fun. So Pedro, thanks for joining us, dude.
Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on the tournament, and we'll book it sometime in March. It's gonna be a fun time. Hard Ice is in the tournament officially. So much like we do with the Royal Rumble, right? Right, Brian, with the we're gonna be releasing all these names in increments. We gotta create the hype for this tournament. So Hard Ice has officially declared as the first mofo in this tournament.
Oh.
Yeah, Jacob or Johnny or whatever.
And Johnny as well. That's right. Johnny Goodnight or whatever the fuck his name.
Johnny, what's his face?
Yeah. Because I think I'm going in Kane, because Kane has a sequel. He has what is it? See No Evil 1 and See No Evil 2.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Can be in there.
The problem is when you have more than one person as the killer, I don't know how much that counts.
Well, Ghostface is an icon, right?
Well, I know, but I see Ghostface is another problem for me.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, we want to thank you guys for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns. You know where to find us, www.thehorrorreturns.com, or email us at thehorrorreturns@gmail.com. Next week, Brian, how in the fuck do we have another fucking werewolf week?
Well, you can ask our guest, Steve Carlton.
Oh my God. Yet again.
All right,
more
werewolves.
What are the werewolves?
It is going to be The Howling and The Howling 2.
Okay. They're
All
not
right.
bad. Those movies are not bad. You guys will have a good time.
Not bad at all. I love the hamburger cooking scene at the end of The Howling. You know, that was like iconic for me. But
I don't know that I've ever seen them.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Should be fun.
All right, Philip. Until the horror returns again.
Good night.